Welcome to Psychology Brothers, where we talk about many pointless things, but
with a point.
Today we're going to talk about addictions. There's lots of addictions out there, isn't there, Craig?
There is.
Some people are addicted to talking without the other person speaking, even allowing that other person to speak. No matter what happens, no matter what scenario, even if somebody else butts in, there's a person that's completely and utterly motivated and addicted to being the centre of attention, that has to talk over everybody else without letting them ever have a point of view or a say. And even if they allow that point of view person to have that point of view, to have that say, they'll cut them short or ignorantly blase that comment off because they want to jump straight back in all the time.
Wow.
Without letting anybody speak. Almost narcissistic, really, when you think about it, because they are the ones that seek the power, the attention. So why would they want to give anybody else unless they're playing a game? Narcissists. Let's talk about narcissists.
They're very addictive people.
Narcissists are as addictive as the rest of us, but on the spectrum probably a little bit higher, because they understand people's emotions better than most people do. So they can play a game emotionally with you to get exactly the type of behaviour out of you that they want, that most benefits them. Going back to the addicted person that loves to speak, if you just let me finish it. Going back to the addictive person that loves to speak, how can that addictive person that loves to speak ever become conscious enough to look at himself or herself objectively and go, doesn't seem like I have that many friends, maybe I should just back off a little bit with me talking and taking the centre stage all the time, let somebody else speak. That all depends on how affected they are by social environments where they want friends. You'll have an addicted person that loves talking, that hasn't got any friends, and they don't really care because they're just only self-centred, narcissistic, so to speak.
Just say one thing.
Well then, because I've got some else I want to finish.
You know, with the amount of friends, I think that some people can have 100 friends, but not necessarily 100 friends that are good for them. So if you only have a few,
if you only have a few, it
would be a lot better.
Yeah, of course. So basically, there's a lot associated with a narcissist to somebody that's highly addicted, in a sense, not through drugs. We always assume that most people are addicted to drugs. We've talked about this earlier on in another video, I think, where we talked about different types of addictions regarding television, sex, gambling, drugs, whatever it may be, smoking or taking heroin. Lots of addictions, but a narcissist is very much addicted to themselves. Now, the physiology that's been done through science, they've looked at the physiology of these people and more accurately the neurology of the person, put their bodies and brains into EEG scanners, and they've done a lot of research in the brain and understood that some of these people actually haven't got the part of the brain that can empathise or objectively understand that other people feel feelings too. I mean, if you was a talker all the time and you let nobody ever speak, imagine what that other person must feel like, to feel like they're not important enough or valuable enough to that person that's addicted to talking, or narcissistic, so to speak, to understand that they have got those feelings too, to not have no regard for them whatsoever.
I can't feel that feeling.
I bet you can't. So basically, they put people into these scanners and they realise that they're missing those parts of the mind. So if you step out of the narcissist and look at the narcissist objectively and realise that, okay, some people on the spectrum could have, through their environments, learnt to only really care about themselves, right?
I wouldn't be seen dead with one of them though.
But also, genetically, there may be flaws in their genetics. I say flaws because I sit on the fence of somebody that's not a narcissist. I'm actually quite free of my ego. You know me, Craig. I always take people's opinions, sometimes even above my own.
That's why I like speaking to you.
Yeah, and sometimes I listen too much, if anything, so I'm probably on the opposite side of that spectrum.
You are a good listener.
But going back to the narcissist, it's been proven genetically that some parts of them are missing these parts of the brain that feel empathy. So it's easy to get mad at these people, but really they're just living by their very nature. And we talk a lot in our videos about acceptance of other people, regardless of how annoying they are, regardless of how different they are, regardless of how sometimes we can perceive how bad they are, but ultimately Would you moan at a duck for quacking?
God, that would be annoying, wouldn't it?
But it's a duck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a duck. What I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with a narcissist to a degree. Unless that narcissist is hurting you. But if he's hurting you, or she's hurting you in the relationship, here's another question. If she's hurting you, or he's hurting you in a relationship, you've got to look at, well, why am I in this relationship with the narcissist? I can look at this narcissist and say to everybody, it's too much for me. He's or she's awful for me.
What about if that narcissist is quacking?
This is a good bit. You know, this narcissist, I'm in a terrible relationship, it's just horrible, yet you're in the relationship. So a lot of people are quick to blame somebody else rather than looking at themselves and going, maybe there's work I've got to do here. Why is it that I'm attracted to this narcissist? Why do I stay in this relationship with this narcissist? So, I mean, we've covered a whole wide spectrum of things there, and I would let you speak now. The problem is I think we've come to the end of this video clip.
That's all, I've said quite a lot, I think.
Alright, fair enough. So there you go, everybody. What a broad spectrum of topics we just brought up. So thank you very much for watching. Take care.
Cheerio.